Tooth decay, the bane of our existence. Started getting a lot worse when we brought refined sugars into our diet starting about 500 years ago. Tooth decay usually starts as a small opening on the tooth, especially on the biting surface of the back teeth that have the little thin but deep grooves on them. Well, the bugs that cause the tooth decay can live in those grooves and you can't get to them. And they go into the tooth and gradually eat away at it. And when they get to the next layer, the second layer of the tooth, which is much softer than the hard outer enamel layer, once they get in there, they just go to town. So the cavity can go through a tiny opening, and I'm talking, half a millimeter into the tooth, and then you can have a cavity form inside there fairly quickly, 3, 4, 5 millimeters, which doesn't sound like much until you compare it to the size of a tooth. So the cavity goes through a little hole and then just mushrooms out. Another kind of cavity is ones that form on the flat outer surfaces of the teeth. Those happen sort of in a different way. They sort of just go in slowly, and then once it gets past that outer enamel into the next layer of the tooth, it goes a whole lot more rapidly. I see this more of a problem also on my elderly population that has a lot of root surfaces exposed because they've had recession over the years. Root surfaces are 700% more likely to decay than the enamel surface because they're just a lot softer. So cavities start small, they get big once they get inside the tooth, and from the outside without an x-ray, you many times can't tell what's going on inside that tooth just by looking at it. You need an x-ray because the cavity went through a small hole and then just ballooned out, mushroomed out inside the tooth once it got there.